Hey, welcome back to Kickin' and Streamin'. It's me, Tammy. Today I'm going to be talking about the new film starring The Rock, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan called Jumanji, The Next Level. Now, who doesn't love The Rock? I was really excited as soon as I saw this trailer. But going in, I was like, before I watch this, I really need to watch the prequels. And I just had never had a chance. When the original Jumanji came out in 1995 with starring Robin Williams and Bonnie Hunt, I was in a different place in my life. And it had gotten some bad reviews, and I was poor. I didn't get to see the film when it came out. And then when I would have been in a different place, I had little kids, and the review said it was really too violent for kids, etc., etc., etc. And then I finally got a chance to see it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nothing. I'm sure maybe in the day, kids of the 90s might have thought it was a little too violent. I didn't think so. But I really enjoyed it. It had a fun story. I liked how it dealt with the issues of growing up and living with the consequences of the choices we make, and how family is really important and it's all we have, and how the cost of what happens when we lose a family member. So I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of levels that was happening with that story. Then when Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle came out, I was in the middle of grad school, and there was just only so much I could do. You'd think that as a film MFA student, I would have made a chance to watch that movie, but I was watching other films like documentaries and really intense films, like The Godfather or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I was watching when it came out, but I did not get a chance to see it. But I finally had a chance to, and I really enjoyed how they reworked the story and brought it into the present. Video games are everything in today's society. I play video games, my kids play video games, and I'm sure that my grandbaby, as soon as she learns how to walk, will start playing video games. And how the avatars portrayed the characters. And, when we create our characters in games now, we have this avatar, and that's kind of the idealized version of how we see ourselves. And I really enjoyed that. And The Rock and Jack Black are phenomenal actors. Really appreciated that. So that brings me to Jumanji 2, The Next Level. Now, the dangers of going into a sequel, especially something that happened so close, is you're like, are they going to do the exact same thing? Is it going to be a rehash? Is it going to suck? Like, if you think about some of the classic trilogies, sometimes the movies get better, sometimes they don't. Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, excellent. Temple of Doom, not so much. And then, of course, you have the Star Trek series. Star Trek, the movie, was terrible, but Wrath of Khan, probably one of the greatest films in that series. So it's a really uneven thing, and different creative directors have different things. In this case, Jake Kasdan, I think that's his name. Yes, Jake Kasdan was the director. Yes, Jake Kasdan was the director, and of both the Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle and The Next Level, and he was also one of the writers on The Next Level. I was not sure what to expect going in. Were they going to be playing the same characters? And in the trailers you saw that potentially maybe not, and I loved that. It really showed the true acting chops of, Jack Black, who's always been a fantastic actor, but The Rock, he's playing multiple characters in the same film, and he is really comedy genius. It's weird to say that about The Rock because you have these preconceived notions about him, but everything I've seen him in of late has just been awesome. I love him. And he is a beautiful man. Anyway, I really enjoyed how they updated the film. The cast of characters, the teenagers who got pulled into the story in the first film are returning. So we still get to see them. So we're following those same characters. But when they get pulled into the video game, things are, completely twisted up, and, they put it in a blender, shook it all up, and then threw it out. And they did a really good job of that. And, having, Kevin Hart also, I forgot him. They all were playing different characters than the ones that you saw in the first film. And then, as it went along, then they got switched in their bodies and became who they really were in the first film. So, playing a different character is one thing, but then playing multiple characters in the same film is even more exciting. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It had an excellent cast of characters, and of actors, I should say. Rory McCann of Game of Thrones. He was the token bad guy in the film. You had Danny DeVito and Danny Glover. I mean, hello, dream team of actors there. And then, of course, the cast that included, The Rock and Jack Black. Karen Gillan, she played the same character, but even then, she still had to play a different character in the film. Then, and Kevin Hart. So, it's got a phenomenal cast. Then, instead of us being in the jungle and we're rehashing that gameplay, we're dropped into the desert and all of the trials and tribulations that occurred there. And then we move through different landscapes, which is actually a lot of fun. And they did a really good job of world building. Now, that's what gameplay is. It's world building. Whether you're playing a video game or whether you're, playing a role-playing game. World building is how you want to get your players into the world. And I think that the crew did a really good job with that. Now, I feel like I'm rambling. I apologize. I really enjoyed all 3 films. They definitely were a lot of fun. And I think before you go see the the new level, the next level, I can talk, really I can, you should take a few minutes and rewatch the previous film, because there's a lot of little spoilers that happen not spoilers, Easter eggs. There's a lot of Easter eggs that carry over. And if you go and rewatch the first Jumanji, there's some Easter eggs that happen that you see in the third film, which makes it go, oh my gosh, they had a lot of fun creating and writing and building this world. So, gave this film solid 3.5 stars. Very fun, didn't lag, it kept you going and kept you laughing. And that's what you want in a film, especially with someone like The Rock. So if you like this, go ahead and click like and subscribe, and I hope that whatever you're watching, whether from the comfort of your own couch or from the gloriousness that is the movie theater, you're enjoying it, and I will see you again here soon. Bye!